Today I'm thinking about the Israelites. God delivered them out of Egypt and taken them to a land that he promised. But a journey that was supposed to take about 40 days ended up taking 40 years because when they got to the edge, on the cusp of this promised land, doubt crept in, fear crept in, uncertainty crept in when they recognized and saw how big the people of the promised land were, and they started to doubt how they were going to attain the land, as if they forgot that, well, God is the one who delivered you out of Egypt and made your promise and brought you this far. You are literally at the edge, on the cusp of the promised land. And sometimes when I read the Bible, especially about the Israelites, I realize that it's easy to see them as knuckleheads, people who lack faith and just didn't seem to get it. It was so easy for them to forget the things that God had done for them. But I do the same thing, and you probably do too. How often has God made a promise to us? God has given us his word, and he's led us to the cusp, to the edge of the promise, and fear, doubt, uncertainty creeps in. It's as if we forget that we have gotten this far not by our own strength, not by our own power, but God has literally brought and guided us to where it is. And sometimes just because the promised land doesn't look exactly as we thought it would, or offers challenges that we didn't expect, you forget that God is a God of the past, the present, and the future all at the same time. And he has all power to fulfill what he says that he will fulfill. The song says, we've come this far by faith, leaning on the Lord, trusting in his holy word. He has never failed us yet. So even for me right now, I know in my life there are things that are going on that honestly I have no idea how I'm going to be able to forge a path to get through them. In my own understanding, in my own power, I can't see a path, just like those Israelites on the cusp of the promised land. But I have to remember, God has brought me this far, and he will not just bring me on the cusp of the promised land to not get me in. The only thing that's going to deter me is my lack of faith. So just like me, I pray that you have the faith, the faithfulness, and the gratitude in your heart to know that God has brought you this far, and he will get you into the promised land.